Hi, I'm Eric. I found my phone and welcome to another video. Today, the Grammy nominations just got announced and I actually didn't know they were coming. I've been off the ball in terms of music announcements sometimes, but they are here and so it's exciting to really look at them. I do have my notepad ready so that we can make some predictions together. And I think overall, I'm seeing that this is probably going to be our first matchup really between Taylor Swift and Adele in the same year. So that's going to be exciting. Probably. I don't know if either of them got nominated, but I'm guessing that. But besides that, I feel like, I don't know, maybe like Rosalia, maybe, let's see, Billie Eilish with guitar songs, maybe. I don't know, who else dropped this year? I kind of was out of it a bit, but I would love to see some Latin representation. I know that Bad Bunny came out with a really big album, so I wonder about that. We'll see how it all shakes out. But again, this is one of my things that even though I don't trust the Grammys to give out things to the right person. Oh, Kendrick dropped this year. So if I don't see any nominations for that, I will be disappointed. But again, a disclaimer, these are just going to be my opinions. But also, remember, the Grammys are the Scammies. That's their name for a reason, because they historically really don't give enough out to people of color in particular, to women, to artists that are making really cool out of the box music. It is, a popularity contest sometimes. Sometimes it's just a favoritism contest. So let's see how it all shakes out. But that all starts with these nominations. So with all that, let's get into it. So I went to the official website that the Grammys have. So if you want to follow along, I'm going to go all the way to the bottom so that we start with Best Music Film, category 91. For Best Music Film, we have Adele, One Night Only. Yep, that makes sense. Already a nomination there. Our World from Justin Bieber. He released something this year? I guess. Billie Eilish, Live at the O2. Okay. Billie Eilish still getting her legacy where I guess it's due. Motomami, Rosalia TikTok live performance. Oh, that's what y'all have wanted me to listen to, or see rather. And that means I probably definitely will, because I'm intrigued. Jazz Fest, A New Orleans Story from various artists, and then A Band, A Brotherhood, A Barn, Neil Young and Crazy Horse. Okay, well this is a bit more stacked, I feel like, than it has been in the past. All Too Well short film is not in this, maybe because it's not a full-length film, or also just because they're not giving Taylor it, or Taylor didn't submit for Red Taylor's version. I do not know. But they're more youthful than I feel like they've been in the past. I feel like sometimes we've gotten Best Music Film and it's like all these bands that were from the 70s or 80s or 90s. There was something, I think the first time I did my reaction to the Grammys, where all the people I vaguely knew, but none of them were really current artists that you would hear on the radio. Whereas you have Adele, you have Billie Eilish, you have Justin Bieber, and Rosalia all in this category. I am going to pull for Rosalia. I would love her to get a Grammy. Did she get a regular Grammy? I know that she has cleaned up at the Latin Grammys heavily before, but I don't think she's gotten an actual regular Grammy. So I would love to see her get something. Okay, on to Best Music Video. We have Easy On Me from Adele, Yet to Come from BTS, Woman from Doja Cat, The Heart Part 5 from Kendrick Lamar, As It Was, Harry Styles, and All Too Well, the short film from Taylor Swift. Okay, so this is definitely a category that everyone I know, didn't know that BTS actually came out with a music video this year. Yet to Come, I need to watch that. And then, even though I knew that Kendrick Lamar dropped this year, I still haven't listened to it, and I don't know why. I think when it came out, I just was so busy, and I think it's an album that you really need to probably digest, because that's how a lot of Kendrick projects have gone for me in the past. It's not something I really want to just rush through. So I'm gonna do that definitely before the end of the year. I definitely need to check his project out. So because of that, I also haven't seen either of those music videos. Easy On Me, that wasn't that much of a music video. It was beautiful, but it was not necessarily much of a music video. I don't think that should be the case. But it seems like an indicator that she is going to have a lot of nominations and that she might clean up big. Woman from Doja Cat, that's a gorgeous music video. That's gorgeous. As It Was, I saw it recently actually for the first time, and it wasn't really a big deal for me. And then All Too Well, the short film, wonderful. great. Give Taylor Swift another nomination, especially for the short film that has been heavily praised this year. And it just got the best long form video for the EMAs, and then it also got the best video, like video of the year at the VMAs, which obviously is how she announced Midnights. So it's been doing very well. I think, it's either gonna go to Woman or All Too Well. I am also doing this in what I want to be. I'm going to manifest rather than try to get it right, because sometimes I may think it might go a certain way and then push away from who I actually want it to be. I would honestly love if Doja Cat got a Grammy for Woman, because I love that song. I did choreography to that song. Well, I performed choreography that someone else made, and it was wonderful. It was awesome. Ooh, I mean, I think it's gonna go to Taylor, but maybe I'll do like this is who I think it is versus like who I want it to be. I know I just literally got my tickets to the Midnight tour today, or the Eras tour, my bad. I just got them today. I feel like I do have to go with my girl Taylor. I am a Swiftie after all. But if Doja Cat gets it, I will be equally as happy, and also happier that she is getting the recognition she deserves, whereas Taylor's already gotten several Grammys, so she doesn't necessarily need more. Okay, and now we get to the part where I skip through some stuff like Best Contemporary Classical Composition, good luck to y'all. Best Classical Compendium, good luck to y'all. I don't know what compendium is either. So I'll check back in when I know what's up. Okay, next up is Producer of the Year Non-Classical. So we are going to start Jack Antonoff. Makes sense. Oh, I didn't know he produced for the All Too Well 10-minute version. Okay. I figured it would just be the same person who did it for the original 5.5 minute, but I guess I was wrong. He also produced for Dance Fever. Okay. Amazing. As well as he did that Minions album. I love that that's being included here. That's pretty funny. Dan Auerbach. I feel like I've definitely heard of Dan from before, but nothing but the Black Keys rings a bell. So I do not know where I've heard of Dan Auerbach. Maybe he did some remixes. Boy Wonder did. Oh, Boy Wonder. I get it now. They did Heated from Beyonce, N95 Kendrick, Nail Tech from Jack Harlow, and some other songs from Kendrick as well, and Jack Harlow. Okay, I see where some of the inspirations lie. Then there's also Dahi, which also did some Kendrick songs, as well as Steve Lacy. Steve Lacy is someone I need to get into, because I know Steve Lacy was on SNL. I know that their work was doing very well in the charts, so I need to check him out, because I do not know much about him at all. And then Ernst D. Mile, and Mile the Second. I'm sorry if I mispronounce any names here. Some of them I'm learning for the first time. Yes, okay, so Lucky Days album, An Evening with Silk Sonic's album, a Mary J. Blige song, and then a Jasmine Sullivan song. Okay, so, I don't know. I think they gave Jack Antonoff the producer award last year, so I don't think I want to pull for him this year, because that would just be a little bit bold of them. I think I'm going to go with Dan Auerbach, frankly, for sheer volume. There are 6-7 albums that Dan is a part of, so I think that's just very impressive. I think anyone who's doing that much and is doing consistent quality work, which I can't verify that they are, but I'm going to give Dan the benefit of the doubt, so I'm going to go with them. But if Jack Antonoff gets it again, I might be surprised, unless I was wrong and he hasn't gotten it before, but I feel like he did last year. Okay, Songwriter of the Year Non-Classical. Okay. There's Amy Allen, who I recognize from the Charlie XCX, Harry Styles, Lizzo. Okay. Oh, and a King Princess song. A couple of King Princess songs that I remember and really like, actually. Okay. Nyjah Charles, who does Cozy. Oh my gosh, that's like my song right now. It just got so cold here, and I'm just like, I need to be cozy and comfortable in my skin. I re-listened to Renaissance because for some reason I just didn't have it click for me the first time I listened to it, and now it's clicking very hard. Oh, I meant to also say, I expect Renaissance to be there, because isn't Beyonce the most awarded Grammy recipient? They're probably going to keep going for it, but she also needs an album of the year, and Renaissance is really incredible, so I could definitely see that being up there, and I honestly hope she might win for that. But back to Nija, my apologies again, but they did Sweetest Pie, I do like that song, and then some City Girl songs, some other stuff. Yeah, all right, I can see I'm doing well. Tobias does a whole host of things. Adele, Harry Styles, FK Twigs, Diplo, a bunch of stuff. The Dream, that's the name of them. Okay. Did a lot of Beyonce stuff. Well, amazing. Great stuff there. And some Brent Faiyaz. I do not know who that is, but congrats for being related to someone nominated at least. And then Laura Veltz, who honestly only did 5 songs, but 2 of them are Demi's, 2 of them are Maren Morris's, and 1 of them is Ingrid Andress. I have probably heard or gotten close to hearing most of those, so cool. I'm gonna give it to The Dream because I love the songwriting and how the Renaissance is really conceived of, and I bet The Dream has a lot to do with that. So I'm going to go with oh wait, but Nija, I don't know, but it seems like a lot of them are women, which is great. Okay, I'm gonna go with The Dream. I'm gonna decide on that, including Break My Soul. Okay, we gotta go with The Dream. Best song written for visual media. Okay, let's see how we go here. Be Alive from Beyonce. That's from the King Richard movie with the Williams sisters. Carolina from Where the Crawdads Sing by Taylor Swift. Okay. Hold My Hand. That's the Lady Gaga song. Okay. Keep Rising, The Woman King from The Woman King. I am not familiar with that song. Nobody Like You from Turning Red. Wait. Okay, it was not performed by Billie. Okay. I do not remember that song. I also never saw that movie, so that might be relevant. And then We Don't Talk About Bruno from Encanto. Okay, I am going to make the executive decision. I know Taylor is here, I know Beyonce is here, and I know Lady Gaga is here. I'm going with Encanto because that song was everywhere. It topped the charts. What song from visual media tops the charts these days? It doesn't happen often. I think the last time I remember that distinctly happening was All the Stars. I think All the Stars topped the chart. It should have, from Black Panther. Yeah. So we're going to go with We Don't Talk About Bruno because I do enjoy that song. I don't listen to it nearly as much as I feel like the rest of y'all did, but I can appreciate it's a great movie. It's the only movie I've seen this year. So yes, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. I'm going to go with the We Don't Talk About Bruno. And also, if any of the other songs are picked, I feel like it'll go because of the name recognition of them. Be Alive is a good song. Carolina, I don't listen to it. I'm so sorry, Taylor. It's just not for me, and that's okay. You make a lot of different things. There's gotta be something that is not for me. And then Nobody Like You having Billy and Phineas's name on it. I never even knew it existed. Why did I not know it existed? It's a Billie Eilish song, I should. And then if Keep Rising wins, cool. That's something I really just didn't notice. That would be almost like a John Batiste to me. It really should be Bruno. And then for best score, soundtrack for visual media, I just don't really want to read these out. The only 2 I know are Encanto and No Time to Die. And Encanto, once again, should get it because that movie was everywhere and it did really well. And I think the music is a big part of it. So I'm going to go with Encanto. Now for best compilation soundtrack for visual media, I actually will change my tune on that, even though Encanto is listed. I don't know anything about the compilation of it. Is it just like all the artists that are in it? I'm gonna go with Elvis because that was everywhere. Doja Cat's song, Måneskin's song. I feel like even though I don't really like Elvis that much as a person, I think he did a lot of appropriate things and probably some womanizing things too that I have not really cared too much to look into, but I bet. But I'm gonna go with that because that was definitely the album and songs from various artists. I feel like that was the most used. Whereas Encanto, I feel like gets those other awards of like this song was important and the composing of it was important. But I think that this one probably should go to Elvis maybe. If Encanto gets it, I will not be appalled. I will not be frustrated whatsoever. Encanto deserves every award it gets. So we'll go with that. But I think especially considering that the Grammys have tended to piecemeal a bit lately, where they give everyone who's nominated something if they can, especially if they're nominated several times. I would bet that they might want to split it off a bit. I'm not going to mention this much at all, but the Best Musical Theater album should go to A Strange Loop. It should, based on what I read about it. Oh, Amanda Gorman has a nomination for Best Spoken Word Poetry Album. Good for her. To all the folk, bluegrass, Americana projects, best of luck to y'all, because I don't know y'all, but I hope y'all have a good time with this. I do actually recognize some of these names, like Bonnie Raitt, Anais Mitchell, Sheryl Crow. Yeah, y'all, again, good luck to everyone nominated. Now on to some Latin music. Best Latin Rock or Alternative Album. Okay, we have Cima Funk, El Elemento, Tinta y Tiempo by Jorge Drexler, 1940 Carmen by Mon Laferte, Alegoria by Gaby Moreno. I feel like I've heard of Gaby Moreno. Do I know who that is? Los Años Salvajes by Fito Paez, and then Motomami by Rosalia. I don't know who any of these people are, except for maybe Gabby, I guess. But Motomami from Rosalia, just give it to her. It was a big deal. It made waves on TikTok. It made waves in the industry. It was an album that was one of the most anticipated of the year. I'm going to put Motomami down. I think it'll go there, but I do not know. Maybe it will go somewhere else. But this kind of gives me the energy of when Billie Eilish or when Megan Thee Stallion was up for Best New Artist. There's one or two that can be the winner there, but there's certain categories sometimes where it's like all these unknowns and then someone who's very well known and the very well known gets it. And I feel like this might be a common case of that. For Best Música Urbana album, the new Rauw Alejandro album came out, the new Bad Bunny album, the new Daddy Yankee album, the new Farruko, and then the new Maluma. All those albums. I know all those artists. I haven't listened to any of those. I feel bad. I really need to catch up on music. I really have been behind, and my apologies again for that. But I've seen so much love for Un Verano Sin Ti, so I'm going to go with that one. And not just because it can be a popularity contest, because sometimes it's not, but also he has won a Grammy before for the one that is all those different letters that mean something. I do not remember again what it means, but he has a little bit, not of darling status, but he has precedent. Best Latin Pop Album. There was a Christina Aguilera release this year. Okay. I am not going to judge on this one, but probably her. Y'all, I think this is... Oh. I was about to say, I think this is the year that I don't do any country. But then I remembered that Taylor Swift did a country album, technically. Best Country Song. These are artists that I don't really listen to all that much, but Maren Morris has this song, Circles Around This Town, Doing This from Luke Combs. I Bet You Think About Me from Taylor Swift. If I Was a Cowboy from Miranda Lambert. I'll Love You Till the Day I Die from Willie Nelson, and Cody Johnson's Till You Can't. I wouldn't be surprised if any of the first three got it. That would be Maren Morris, Luke Combs, or Taylor Swift. I know that Luke Combs has gotten a lot of recognition on the charts, so I could see that happening. But I'm going to go with I Bet You Think About Me because it's Taylor. I spent too much money on tickets for her today, so I guess I gotta stand behind her on that. Also, I love the song, so I kind of want it to win because it's so good, and also because Taylor Swift can still do country if she wants to. And that does conclude my time in the country genre. Okay, best rap album. I'm just going to go with Kendrick. Anything probably in here. I didn't listen to a ton of rap this year that was new this year. So most likely I'm going to just go with Kendrick because he's owed for it, frankly. And so I'm going to go with that most likely, unless there's some female rap represented, because this best rap album is only men. Again, ew. No offense to these artists, just that this category should be more inclusive of many different types of rap, especially many different MCs. Wait, best rap song has Push and P in it. I cannot deal with that. We're going with The Heart Part 5. Does Kendrick have 4 other parts on it? I do not know. Again, I haven't listened to that album. I really need to. Best melodic rap performance and then best rap performance, both of them have a Kendrick one. I am going to go with that. I know Vegas from Doja Cat is in the best rap performance, and that in best melodic rap performance we have First Class, which I know did do well, and also does have Big Energy from Lotto, so that's cool. But as someone who wasn't really a connoisseur of rap this year, and I think First Class should not win a Grammy, it was a nice chill song, but not really one that I'm going to say, oh, that's Grammy deserving. It relies very heavily on a nostalgic sample, which is a genius marketing move, but I don't think is something that's that innovative in this calendar year. Okay, taking a little bit of a pause as we go into R&B to see that Chris Brown got nominated for Best R&B Album. No, that's how you know the Grammys are messed up, when they are willingly nominating people who have been accused of really horrible things, and I think admitted, perhaps. Allegedly, I do not know. Do not take this as a claim. Don't sue me. I'm just a person on the internet. But I also know that Chris Brown's music now apparently is not nearly as good as it was originally. So I do not know why it's getting put in Best R&B Album. That's probably some buying. Allegedly. Do not, again, cancel me. And Best Progressive R&B Album, I don't know anyone here. I mean, I've heard of Steve Lacy, so probably that, but I'm not gonna hedge any bets on that. For Best R&B Song, I'm going with Cuff It, because I like that song off of Renaissance. There's a Mary J. Blige, there's a Mooney Long, there's Jasmine Sullivan, and there's PJ Morton. I'm still going to go with Cuff It. I am going to skip Best Traditional R&B Performance because I do forget what Plastic Off a Sofa sounds like, because I'm just now getting back into it. And yeah, I can't even remember what it sounds like right now, so I don't want to hedge bets on Beyonce. But also Best R&B Song and Best Traditional R&B Performance, both Mary J. Blige is on both. I don't know how they do that. Oh, it looks like just because of songwriting versus performance. So things from Best R&B Performance and Best Traditional R&B Performance can both be put down in Best R&B Song. But Mary J. Blige is the only one with crossover, so that could be indicative of something. Because most of the others are in Best R&B Performance, like Virgo's Groove. Oh, another Mary J. Blige song. Okay, so they're doing double duty. Hers and Hers from Mooney Long again. Over from Lucky Day, and Hurt Me So Good from Jasmine Sullivan. I'm going to go fully into Beyonce on this one. I'm not going to do anything for Best Traditional R&B Performance, but I am going to do for Best R&B Performance. I'm going to go with Beyonce. Beyonce? Okay, for Best Alternative Music Album, we have Weave from Arcade Fire, Dragon New Warm Mountain, I Believe in You from Big Thief. Okay, I didn't know Big Thief released this year. Vasora from Bjork, Wet Leg from Wet Leg, and Cool It Down from the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. Okay, you know which one I reacted to. We're going to go with Vasora, because I actually really like this one. I think this was my favorite effort from her probably since maybe Volta. I don't even know if I like Volta more than Vasora. And isn't there one in between? I haven't listened to Biophilia yet, so take that out of the equation. I really do like it. It's not a homogenic for me, but it is a very solid effort that I do particularly like. Though I won't be mad if Big Thief or Wet Leg get it. I did see Wet Leg as an opener for Florence, so that was pretty cool. But I wonder where Florence is. Is Florence not considered alternative music enough? Or not get nominated? That would be disappointing. For Best Alternative Music Performance, we have There Better Be a Mirror Ball from the Arctic Monkeys, Certainty from Big Thief, King from Florence and the Machine, Shice Lounge, or Long? Don't quote me on how that's pronounced, from Wet Leg, and Spitting Off the Edge of the World from Yeah Yeah Yeahs featuring Perfume Genius. They did a collaboration. Okay. I'm going to go with Florence because she didn't get the album nod, which frankly annoys me. So I'm going to try to give it to her. It might be a losing battle, but, you know, I am king of these predictions. I think one issue also is that King is definitely not the most solid effort from Dance Fever. I definitely would have done Free personally, but that's just my opinion. Oh, it looks like they actually split alternative and rock into different categories because this is when alternative ends. I'm not judging for Best Rock Album, but Mainstream Sellout from Machine Gun Kelly is in there, which is very ironic. I guess that's why they probably split up rock and alternative, because if you put Machine Gun Kelly in the rock and alternative category with an album called Mainstream Sellout, ooh. Okay, yeah, we're definitely not knowing what we should do in the rock. But Brandi Carlile has a rock? Okay. You know, we're learning some new things. In Best Dance Electronic Music Album, we have Renaissance from Beyonce, Fragments from Bonobo, Diplo from Diplo, The Last Goodbye from Odessa, and Surrender from Rufus Du Sol. So none of Arca's albums made it. Well, that annoys me a lot. I'm disappointed about that. Maybe some song will get it, but that's disappointing personally. Maybe she's submitted to kick 2 instead of kick 3. But I think clearly we know where it should go is Renaissance, and I'm glad it's in the dance/electronic music album category and not in the progressive R&B or just the R&B album or just many of the categories that are just historically all black artists. I'm glad that it's competing in dance electronic where it actually fits. It's not a pop album. I mean, it's popular, but I think it does fit better here, in my personal opinion. Maybe some people may think it should go in the pop category, but I think if we're thinking about actual pop music, I think this actually does fit in a dance category because it is a dance album. So it deserves to be in the club. It deserves to be in this category. I think it should still definitely be in the general field though. Also do keep in mind that not necessarily the artist, but the teams normally do pick where an artist should go and their work should go, where it has the best option to go. It does get moved commonly, but I do want to say that I think this would fit definitely best in dance electronic, but feel free to disagree with me if you think otherwise. For best dance electronic recording, I have opinions. Oh my gosh. We have Break My Soul, which should definitely win. I love that song so much. I listen to it so much. It will definitely show up on my end of the year Spotify Wrapped. Rosewood from Bonobo. Don't Forget My Love from Diplo and Michael. I'm Good Blue. David Guetta and Bebe Rexha. Intimidated, Kate Trinata featuring her, and On My Knees, Refused to Soul. Why is I'm Good Blue here? That is awful. I'm so sorry to David Guetta and Bebe Rexha. This is embarrassing that this is a song that's Grammy nominated for you. For those of you who don't know, this is an interpolation of the song Blue Dabba Dee, which is a wonderful song. I do enjoy it. But it's I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alive. And that should tell you everything you need to know, that the song does not need to be here. It's fine. It is okay for it to exist. It is infinitely inferior to the original version, which probably did not get Grammy nominated. So the fact that it is here, it pisses me off. Break My Soul should definitely win. If anything else wins, like Kate Trinata, I know that Kate Trinata is pretty well liked. But if I'm Good wins, I don't know. It would be like if Yummy won, in my opinion. Maybe not to the same degree, but in my opinion, it was definitely a cash grab. It was a claim to relevancy, definitely something to make it a little TikTok moment. So the fact that it's Grammy nominated, it's upsetting. It's definitely frustrating. Not that the Grammys matter, but it's still, what the heck? Oh, and now we are here into the category we might know the most about, which is Best Pop Vocal Album. We have Voyage from ABBA, okay. 30 from Adele, very expected. Music of the Spheres from Cold. Girl, no. Special from Lizzo and Harry's House from Harry Styles. An album I unfortunately haven't listened to yet. I know, I'm sorry. I've been bad. Yeah, I've been bad this year. But I have listened to 3 of them. I've listened to 30, Music of the Spheres, and Special. I kind of hate how this category is. Oh, it would be nice to give, it to Lizzo, but the album, is it pop vocal album of the year? This is not a stacked year for pop. Wow. Next year we can have Midnights and The Loneliest. That would be a much better year for this. Okay, this is bold of me to say, but I think I'm gonna go with one of the ones I haven't heard. It's not gonna go to ABBA. I know it's not, so I don't want to hedge my bets on something. We'll go with Harry's House. Give Harry Styles something. I know he has a Watermelon Sugar one. Let's give it for a whole album. Why not? Yeah, because 30, it might get it. Probably will. But I don't like it there. I don't think 30 is an album of the year, personally. I feel like we always reward Adele for doing Adele. And Adele does Adele great, but I don't know. It's the same way in which we always nominate Billie Eilish for literally anything that comes out from her in a year. It's frustrating because there's plenty of other artists that are doing more innovative things, and she just comes out with another instant classic, but she's not really evolving. I don't know. 30 evolved in certain ways, but not in the way that I wanted it to, or I think many people wanted it to. So I'm going to go with Harry's House. Congrats, Harry Styles. I will listen to your album so I can back it up. Okay, skipping traditional pop because I do not know much at all, but let's go into Best Pop Duo Group Performance. We have Don't Shut Me Down from ABBA, Bomb Bomb, Camila Cabello featuring Ed Sheeran, My Universe, Coldplay, and BTS, I Like You a Happier Song, Post Malone and Doja Cat. And then Unholy by Sam Smith and Kim Petras. I'm going to go with Unholy. I barely had listened to it because it's relatively new. And then very soon afterwards, we got into the motion of, Midnights and Loneliest Time. But I'm going to go with Unholy because I love to see the gays winning. As for Best Pop Solo Performance, we have Easy on Me. Moscow Mule from Bad Bunny is here. Okay. Woman from Doja Cat. Bad Habit from Steve Lacy. About Damn Time from Lizzo. And As It Was from Harry Styles. Okay, this is a little less, vacant. It feels like I can actually pick something that I like a lot. I'm going to pick Woman because I like that song the most of all of them. I understand that As It Was and About Damn Time and Easy on Me were all very popular in their own right, and Moscow Mule is showing up here. But what do you mean it's best pop? Oh, it's best pop solo. I'm sorry, I was still thinking about best pop duo performance. I was like, wait, Bad Bunny's one person. So is everyone else here, Eric. Get on the program. Okay, we're gonna go with Woman because I like to see Doja Cat win. Also, of all the songs, I do like it to best. Okay, for Best New Artist, we have Anita. She's not new. So sorry. With first one, gosh. Omar Apollo, Domi and JD Beck, Mooney Long, Samara Joy, Lotto, Monoskin, Tobin Nwigwe, Molly Tuttle, and Wet Leg. I'm gonna go with Monoskin. Not only have the fans of Monoskin help me grow my channel, but also I like their music. And I feel like they're doing something different. They're doing like some classic rock, but like making it fresh and for my generation of people. So I'm gonna go with them. I feel like it could, I don't know who it could go. Maybe Lotto, maybe Wet Leg. I don't know. I've just seeing where I've seen names before. Omar Apollo, I wouldn't be opposed to at all. I wouldn't be opposed to anyone. I wouldn't be mad, but I'm gonna go with Måneskin. Okay, Song of the Year. This is a joke, right? I'm sorry, you put A, D, C, D, E, F, U? Who has money on Gail's team? I'm sorry, what the hell? Like, actually, what the hell? About Damn Time from Lizzo. Okay, fine, but Song of the Year? Record of the Year, sure. Fine. ABCDFU should not be anywhere near here. Dang, we have 4 songs that start with the letter A here. Okay. All Too Well 10-minute version. The short film. That's the song? What do you mean the short film song? I think that was a typo, maybe? The one that's like the film version? Okay, what? The short film is not in the subheading of the actual song, you know that, right? As It Was, Bad Habit from Steve Lacy, Break My Soul, Easy on Me, God Did, The Heart Part 5, and Just Like That. How many songs are in here? Oh, that is only 10. Okay. It just felt really long. Okay. I am going to go with All Too Well 10-minute version because we're talking about songwriting. Like, all the other ones that I would like to do, like a Break My Soul. Yeah, that's actually the only one I really want to do. I am cool with the Heart Part 5. I don't know the song though, so I can't really back it up. So I'm going to go with All Too Well because, yeah, no, she did submit it. Now for my favorite category to talk about, we have Album of the Year. Let's see what fresh chaos they have given me. We have Voyage from ABBA. Still, y'all really going up here. Okay. 30 from Adele. Quite expected. Un Verano Sin Ti from Bad Bunny. Okay, good. Makes sense because of how popular it was. Renaissance from Beyonce. Okay, amazing. Good Morning Gorgeous from Mary J. Blige. Okay. In These Silent Days from Brandi Carlile. I feel so bad. Brandi Carlile always gets so many nominations. I don't know how much winning she actually gets, though. Music of the Spheres from Coldplay. Mr. Morale and the Big Sippers from Kendrick Lamar. Special from Lizzo got up here. Okay. And Harry's House. Okay. Congrats to all the nominees. I'm excited to actually see several people up here, and if Adele gets this, I will be mad. And I think Adele will be mad because didn't the same thing happen when she won for 25 that she was like, no, Lemonade should have won. So I would like it for everyone involved to be like, come on, let's not pull a 25. Let's give it to, I can see many people that I would like to see win. I would love to see Bad Bunny win. I would love to see Beyonce win. I would love to see Mary J. Blige win. I would love to see Kendrick win. Any of those people would be wonderful. If Lizzo won, that would be cool. I just don't think special. I think it's more of a collection of singles, personally, than an album. Like, I like those songs on it, but it's not a whole album to me. It's not a whole album the way that Renaissance is an album, or Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, even from what I've just heard, I know is an album. Can't get behind Music of the Spheres in any way. So, yeah, no. So I am going to personally go with Renaissance because I want Beyonce to finally get an album of the year, given the fact that she has gotten the most Grammys but never an album of the year. And she deserves it by now. This is a great album. So, like, it's not even one that's just a legacy and, like, doesn't matter. This is an album that does matter. I mean, just look at all the amount of people who worked on this project. This is a win for so many people, for so many communities. I'm gonna go with that. But if, like, Kendrick wins instead, if Bad Bunny wins instead, I'm not gonna be mad. But I am gonna go with Renaissance. I am glad that Red Taylor's version is not up here because I think it gives space for other people who have not gotten an album of the year and put out amazing albums this year that are all brand new albums. I think it gives them the time to really enjoy themselves. Same with how Black Puma's, like, the expanded edition somehow was getting recognized the next year. That was ridiculous. And so, yeah, I don't want Adele to win. I don't think Adele wants Adele to win. So yeah, we're gonna thank Bad Bunny, Beyonce, Kendrick, even Mary in our thoughts. But probably I'm gonna hope most for Beyonce. And last but certainly not least is Record of the Year. I don't expect to see many new things here. I feel like we're gonna get the same songs we've been getting. We have Don't Shut Me Down from ABBA. Is that the same one as before? I do not recall anymore. Easy on Me from Adele. Break My Soul from Beyonce. Good Morning Gorgeous. You and Me on the Rock. Woman, Bad Habit, The Heart Part 5, About Damn Time, As It Was. Yeah, so basically most of what Song of the Year was, and songs that were popular or populated in different categories that made sense for it. I'm personally gonna go with Break My Soul. I like it the most. I think Woman is nice, but I feel like it being on the same album as Kiss Me More and Kiss Me More having its moment, to have that moment, I don't know. If Woman won, I wouldn't be mad at all. Not at all. But I think Break My Soul would be my favorite of the songs to win. So I'm going to go with that. With that said, we have finished these nominations. And okay, it's a Beyonce heavy year for sure. How many nominations did she get? Like, I feel like she got over 10. That makes sense. Let's see. Yeah. I think Mary J. Blige got a bunch. Kendrick got a bunch. Taylor even got a bunch, given that it's still considered really an off year for her. So that's kind of cool. Adele got a bunch. Harry Styles got a bunch. All of these things make sense. These nominations, I don't know, they made sense to me. There's a few surprises, like, oh, I Bet You Think About Me got in here, or Carolina got in here, or just, what was them? Oh, Bjork getting recognized. Good. I'm glad Bjork got something recognized. I don't think any singles from Thesora really would have made sense for them to be nominated. I don't know. Not any distaste towards Thesora, but I feel like it is more of an album experience rather than a singles experience. I'm glad that Bad Bunny is getting recognized, that Encanto is getting recognized. I thought the soundtrack for Encanto would be actually up there in Album of the Year, but we live and learn. I wish Florence had gotten recognition. I wish Rina Sawayama I always wish that she gets recognition, but they didn't recognize her for Sawayama, which is an amazing once-in-a-lifetime type record. I didn't think they were going to recognize her for Hold the Girl, if that makes sense. Unholy happening, that's pretty cool. That's very exciting. We had Rosalia getting some recognition. I didn't think Motomami would be an album of the year, but I'm glad that some non-English language album is. I am living for the fact of that. I love that Måneskin has a couple nods, and not only Best New Artist, but their song If I Can Dream was also a song for the Elvis soundtrack. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not unhappy with these. If there's any artist that you're like, oh, Eric, you should really have expected this artist to be recognized and then they weren't, like, yeah, you can let me know, because I have been off the ball a bit. And so I'm trying to get back on the ball. If there's any nominations that you're like, Eric, you really should listen to these projects, I will definitely get into it. I know Bad Bunny is on my list. Harry Styles is on my list. Kendrick Lamar is on my list. Who else? I don't know also if any of these albums are going to be ones I react to live. I've been losing a lot of steam, and when I do try to react to more albums, it does slow me down in listening to other albums. So I think I'm gonna like do some grinding on just actually listening to full albums on my own time to really help me gain an appreciation and just an awareness of what they actually sound like. So yeah, I am particularly excited to see how it goes. They're the Scammies after all. So any decision that they make, take with a grain of salt. They're not the most important people, regardless of what they tell you, regardless of how theatrical it may seem, and also just how much money they have. Understand that it doesn't mean that if your music's not represented here, like, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. It might not be the best thing for those artists. It's nice to always get some good recognition, but you know, that is how it is sometimes, and so we have to take it. But I am excited to see where we go from here. I think that's also why I actually didn't hear about this until like I was just looking up, oh, I wonder when Grammy nominations was today. And I felt like I didn't hear much at all about it, maybe because the news was all about Taylor Swift broke Ticketmaster. So maybe that was the case. But also just because, I don't know, there's not that much to write home about, in my opinion. I think the only thing I was really disappointed in is that Arco was not getting a Dance Electric recording, even though she released 4 albums last year. So I would have loved to see some of that. I would have loved to see some more, I don't know, some of the other interesting stuff I've been listening to this year. And you'll see what I've been listening to shortly. What do you think of these nominations? Do you have any snubs? Do you have any ones you're really rooting for? Are there ones that you really want me to listen to? Please let me know all of your comments, suggestions, and thoughts down in the comments below. If you like this video, please like it, comment down below so I can interact to what I do next on my channel. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to be. And thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. Catch you later.